Hello and welcome to my morning meditation routine. You guys asked, so I decided to put this video together to show you guys how I start off my morning. Now, the very first thing I do is I turn off my alarm, which is very loud and disruptive on purpose, so that I'm able to get up. Realistically, I might snooze 2 or 3 times, but eventually I do wake up. And the very first thing I do is not check social media, but I go over the 3 things that I'm grateful for. I did a video on this that I'll leave up in the cards for you guys. The importance of taking a few moments every morning, meditate on 3 things that you are grateful for. So every morning I drink a cup of water first thing. I read some research way back on it, and since then I've just been trying to do it. I usually start it at night and finish it in the morning. That's why it's usually sitting on my side table drawer, and it's in a mug because that was the only thing that was clean. I grab my laptop and I go to YouTube and I search my meditation music that I always listen to, 528 hertz. And I've shared with you guys this before, and I really listen to this almost every single morning. It's very relaxing, very calm. The 528 really helps to relieve stress, worry, and anxiety, and it is coupled with sounds of water, strings, and things that really get you to a place of peace, a place of rest. And this is where I really start to drown out the ego. Now what I do is I usually light the candles that are in my room and I turn on my oil diffuser. This particular morning my oil diffuser was empty, so I had to refill it with water. I grabbed my oils, and this is the brand that I use. I've shared this with you guys before, and I decided to do something I haven't, or use one that I haven't used before, and that was the Balance oil. This Balance blend is mixed with rosewood oil, peppermint oil, and lavender oil. This blend invigorates and soothes the head and mind, let go of worries, and return to a state of calm. Well, at least that's what the box says. The one that I'm lighting that you see here is called Serenity. It has a very strong floral scent. And so now prayer. You will see me pray here for a few moments, and this looks different for everyone, right? I spend a few moments here and then I open up my hands, and this is my meditation period now, a sign of openness, a sign of receiving, which again will look different from person to person. So let's take some time and chat about this. So guys, this is my morning meditation routine. There are a few things that I sort of want to point out and highlight. There are tons of resources that you can use that can definitely personalize your own experience. And I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. This doesn't happen, every morning. For example, Wednesday mornings, this doesn't typically happen because I'm up around 4 in the morning on those days. So it's just too early. It's just too early. I'm barely just rolling up out of bed. But this happens a minimum of, it didn't have to be a bad week for this, but a minimum of 3 times a week. But typically 4 to 5 times a week this is how I start my mornings. The benefits, obviously if you're watching this video, you're interested in how this may benefit you. And guys, when you start off your day this way, it is so much easier. If you have issues with anxiety, which we've talked about in other videos before, if you have issues with anger, if you have issues with people just on your job or in your life poking at your nerves, this is a really great way to get your day started. And I definitely see the difference on the days where I don't have this experience in the morning time. I'd like to also point out that this is something you can do at night if it fits your schedule better. Now for the actual meditation portion, this is where things can differ a lot between person to person. Now for me, I've told you guys in other videos, meditation is listening time, right? This is the moment of only pure thoughts. This is the moment of awareness and really tapping into your conscious self, the essence of who you are. This is opening up to the fullest and being spiritually sensitive. And so this is why I call it my listening period, right? And I started off with prayer, and I always end with meditation. In these moments, I seek clarity. And we talked about this before, and Stillness Speaks is the title of that video, where we went over Eckhart Tolle's book together, and really how stillness gives you many things. But the one thing that really I find most beneficial is clarity, because oftentimes it's the hustle and bustle and all of these things, phones and iPads and social media, that sort of occupy our space and occupy our mind, and we can't hear clear, right? And then we don't know what to do. We feel confused, right? We don't have a sense of direction. We don't have a sense of purpose. But really, if we take these moments to sort of peel away those thoughts, then we will gain clarity in our stillness. And one other thing that I want to point out as well is I know it's hard. I know it's hard because it wasn't easy for me. Like, guys, I've been doing this for years, right? And it wasn't easy sort of to peel away thoughts. Now, a lot of people use guided meditation, which I think is great. I've sort of had guided meditation experiences before. For those of you guys who are coming more from the Christian perspective and that have a serious issue with Eastern style meditation. And I'm not a monk. Like, I don't go as far as those, but I do see the benefit and really listening, right? And really being spiritually sensitive. It really heightens your senses. And so, but it can be hard to peel away thoughts. And so what helped me, and you could use guided meditation. I will give you guys some resources down below. Like I said, for those of you guys who really have issues with the Eastern style of doing things, there is a lot of more Christian guided meditation that includes the Bible and some other things, just to give you guys some resources so that you guys can sort of experience this in a way that you're most comfortable, right? But for me, really what helped me was focusing on my breath, right? Because it's only in focusing on one thing where you can sort of, it's the way your brain works, right? Where everything else is sort of peeled away. Like when you are in a loud and crowded room and someone says your name from across the way, you hear it, right? You're sensitive to your name, and your mind is focusing on that one thing, and everything else feels quiet at that moment. And so that's sort of the method that I use, is focusing on my breath, how crisp it is, how good it feels coming in and out of my lungs, right? The sound of my breath, the length of my inspiration, all that, right? And then it gets you to center, right? You get to center. And in those moments, and just a few minutes, just staying there just a few minutes, guys, I promise you'll see the greatest difference. And in these moments is where I receive my clearest messages, right smack dab in the middle, because it's quiet enough that I can hear. I really want to stress, guys, that there is no wrong way to do this. And I encourage you to make this personal for you. Obviously, my morning does not end here. I usually start getting ready at this point, and I either leave my meditation music on, and you can use, and I'll leave links below of the meditation music that I use. Typically, it's going to be 528 hertz. If not 528, then it's going to be 432. And these are solfeggio tones. And I'll leave some resources as to why and how those are helpful and why people choose to listen. So yeah, I would either leave my meditation music on and continue listening, or I would turn on my Bible app. I will play whatever I'm listening to at that time, and I specifically like to listen to the Bible, and I typically do it. I particularly have a focus or a theme of the month or the season. I don't put a time on it, and this is how I gain principle, and principle that I like to live my life by, right? Not a set of rules or do's or don'ts, really, but principles on how I like to govern my life. So that's another option. And then if not that option, then I'm listening to my affirmation playlist, which I've shared with you guys before. I told you guys in that video, the songs are constantly changing. And right now the songs are a little bit different from that video that I shared with you guys, but a lot of the songs from that video are still on my affirmation playlist right now. Maybe I'll do an updated version since you guys really seem to enjoy that video. But yeah, guys, this is my morning experience right now. It's funny because I'm a very regimented person when it comes to my mornings and my nights. When I'm spending time away or at someone's house, it's like I'm so disoriented because I'm so used to the way I open my day and the way I close my day out. And my mornings are very, very important to me. You know, after I finish getting ready, and I go down and I make myself some breakfast, I have a cup of coffee. Like, guys, it is very real. But it's interesting because people will ask me questions like, how am I able to stay calm? How am I able to make the decisions that I do? How am I able to see so clearly? How did you see that? How are you mature enough to even understand that? Or why is it that you seem to be so wise? Or why is it that you seem to have a handle on your feelings sometimes? And guys, I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm introducing something to you that has helped me personally in my life. And a lot of you guys have asked me questions. Those of you guys who are in my women's group and the ladies room, and those of you guys that follow me on Periscope, this is the video that you guys wanted to see first, and that's why I brought it to you guys. I hope something I said or something you saw in this video was helpful. Definitely use the description because I'm going to give you guys tons of resources. So yes, check out the description. There are tons of resources there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope you guys are well and in good spirits whenever it is that this video meets you. And I'll see you guys soon. This will go live on Sunday, so that means I'll see you guys on Thursday with another video. And as always, God bless.